Welcome back to NBA Cinema. So we have to talk about this conversation that's going viral on the internet right now. What Paul Pierce said about the LeBron James era and Steph Curry potentially winning that era if he gets another title. Now, it seems as if Steph, a lot of people have him around 15, right outside the top 10 of all time. If you're one of the people that put all the eras together and you just, ranking people and you don't break it down in the eras, you have Steph around that range. While many have LeBron, number one, number two, number three, depends on however you see it, right? Um, Paul Pierce bringing some information to the table, and I'm gonna break down some of the things he said because I don't think they are completely accurate in the way that he depicted those things. But man, let's get right into this clip. Let's peep.
All right, so
Two
look,
big three.
we
Is he a
had a
point?
discussion today on the show. If Steph win it again this year, where we ranking him?
Oh, you got to be top 10.
If he wins a championship this year, he's definitely top 10.
Let's say he doesn't, though. I still
top
think he
five.
may be crack. He may crack the top 10.
If he win this year,
Is he higher than that?
Not top five.
P, where you at? P, you know, forgive me your taste,
I think
P.
we gotta keep going up.
6,
Top
7,
Think about
5.
this. All right, think about this. If Steph win this year, think about this now. He would have won pre-Durant. He won 73 games they lost with him as the guy, right? Then he won 2 with Kevin D. His only top 75 player he ever played with.
That's a big addition.
That is a big addition.
yeah.
But like everybody
KD
else,
was MVP both these finals.
yeah.
Both of-
But then he won one after KD with Wiggins.
Facts.
And then say now he win another, so he would have won with 3 different teams now, like all organically. This ain't no move around, go here, go there. This is all y'all built around me because y'all felt like I was that special.
That means
Okay, Truth, I can give you a lot of things. Winning your first one with the team you started out with, I give you a lot for that. Some people take off because Andre Iguodala wins that Finals MVP. Although, Steph, I think he ended up averaging over 25. Could have easily gotten that Finals MVP, but Iguodala's defense and Steph having those rough first couple games against Dellavedova, I think kind of stuck in the minds of voters. But saying that it was organic, adding Kevin Durant, it was one of those things that made the NBA uninteresting. Now, you could say LeBron started the trend of leaving in your prime and going to join another team, but what KD did would have been equivalent to LeBron joining you in the Celtics because he went to the team that had just beaten him.
need more.
That means way more,
Yeah.
right? Y'all felt like I was that special, sort of like Tim D. He did it at 3 different teams. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, oh damn, he got 5 of them. He wins the LeBron era.
Oh, no question.
He has more than
No
in the LeBron era. He took 5 rings.
Yeah.
And in the LeBron era, I got a unanimous boy MVP.
Him.
No, a unanimous boy.
A unanimous boy.
Facts.
What that mean?
Facts.
If you who you say you are, and I get the unanimous in your era,
and win more championships.
and win more chips than you, do I win the era?
Yes.
You have to, right?
Now, am I better than you now? So now we're gonna have to have some tough
Deep.
discussions.
I don't know if they're ready for it.
Hey, and did I change the game?
Yes.
And am I the greatest shooter ever?
Yes.
Am I one of the most, think about what I'm saying. He doing all of this. Like, we're gonna have to this conversation gonna have to change about him. You feel me?
He wins another one. He's definitely
No,
in top
like-
my top 10.
No,
He's already there.
bro, he already.
Higher? Where you have
Listen
Matt,
to
P?
what we just said
A lot
about
of shit. We said a lot. Where you have Matt? Would you put him top 5?
Top 5.
Or right outside, knocking on the door?
If he
Top
win another
5.
chip with this team,
Top 5.
no, he gonna have to be in the 2-3 range.
Damn.
If he wins the LeBron era, what do we got LeBron? 1-2, right?
1, 2, or 3.
So he wins the LeBron era.
He has to move in that kind of cut.
So does
that
this
kind of
does this
conversation.
mess with LeBron's ranking now?
Who's winning on your watch?
That's what I'm
He
saying.
got 4 chips, right?
Yeah.
He get 5. He definitely, do we go ahead of Kobe? That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of different discussions we gonna have to have. This is gonna ruffle some feathers right here, and people don't want to talk about that.
Wow. So, Paul Pierce is saying if he gets more titles than LeBron in his era, now it's important to note that there was a part of LeBron's career, 2003 to 2009. He was there before Steph. For people that just aren't aware, obviously people know something because even if you're a lot younger, you know that LeBron is in his 20th something season and Steph's not, he hasn't crossed over, into the 20-year range yet. But, um, he's about at 15, 16 years. But, um, like saying that all Steph's titles were organic. I don't count the two with KD as organic. Um, so I do kind of look at those a little different than his first one and his last one. Just like, LeBron, I look at the Cleveland one and the one in LA with AD a little better than the ones in Miami. Even though obviously, you start talking about if you go by this list, right? I don't necessarily go by it, but if you start looking at top 75 lists, you could look at like the players LeBron has been on the roster with. They have like a AD, they have D Wade, several others. Now they Steph's only top 75 they would say is Kevin Durant. But Clay, for some of the names I see, when you start mentioning like Dame and those guys, and I love Dame, and obviously he had his own team, but some of the legendary things Clay did, especially the OKC game sticks out, or the series pretty much, where Steph didn't have it going early on in that series, but Clay was doing it all. And I remember Clay always defending the tough point guards. I think Clay should have been rewarded with top 75. Um, but so I don't necessarily go by that list. What I'm kind of leaning towards, like, I know they're gonna say that, about LeBron and the players he played with, but um, you could say LeBron started the trend of going to Miami, getting a monkey off his back before he finally wins a title in Cleveland. You look at Steph, his team won at the team he started out with. So yeah, I mean, me as just a lifelong NBA fan, I like that better. Um, but I think you have to look at other accolades too, whether it's what they did in the Olympics. LeBron getting his team to the finals so often, even though we talk about how often he loses in the finals, he was there. So we do give him some credence for that. Like, when you looking back and reflecting on the career now, if you measuring it up against Michael Jordan and his record in the finals, you could look at that differently. But um, some of those finals losses is when they stack the deck with KD. Um, you know, and so he went to a 73-9 team and joined that team. So that had just put him out the playoffs. So you could say that if the team would have stayed like it was, um, you know, uh, they might have not won all those series. They might have not won all those series. And also, I think, and don't let me forget this, there was a commercial for Kyrie Irving being top 75, right? But that was around the time he was going through some of the things in the media that he was going through with the vaccination, I believe. And they took him out of the top 75. But it was like his little promo video being top 75 has started circulating online. So he was going to be another top 75 guy that LeBron played with. But I think, you have some legendary names and then you have some recency biases with top 75. Like when they do it years later, it's going to leave off some names that are hot right now. So um, I did want to say that too, but I don't know, man. Can Steph legitimately win the LeBron James era? Uh, one of the things Steph actually has though, um, and obviously he wasn't never the defender or anything like that on both ends like LeBron was. So that's why many people would be like, nah, ain't no way he can win that era. But I look at Steph as a competitor, like the skill you remember him for, you'll be able to look back at All Star Weekend and things like that, and you'll see him out there in the 3-point contest, competing. You'll have those type of visuals for Steph. Uh, with LeBron, he never got in a dunk contest. Things like that. It's certain things like that, iconic moments, that it seems like LeBron didn't compete with. But LeBron was also a part of that legendary Redeem team, but he had had a few bronze medals, in his day. They started calling him LeBron's James, but Steph's experience with USA basketball, you know, um, he had a positive one when he finally went over. I think he might have played with the college team one time too, many years ago. I think he was still at Davidson back then, but um, you have to just look at everything they've done in basketball. Steph has the legendary college moments, uh, but LeBron, coming in, living up to the pressure, the league, even though Kobe was who he was in the league, kind of after that Colorado stuff, some people had soured on Kobe for a while, and him and Shaq was going through what they was going through, and a little bit of time, had gone back. It kind of went by after they won their last title together, where after they had that three-peat, um, you know, after they had that three-peat, they was going for that fourth one against Detroit. Um, they kind of just, LeBron came in and he was that fresh face in the league, and it became his league. Number 23, chosen one, all that. And, one of the iconic moments I think LeBron might have missed out on was getting to the finals and playing Kobe if he could have gotten past Dwight Howard. Uh, I think a moment like that, people aren't having this type of discussion. They were able to beat the Spurs. He was able to get he's 1-2 against Tim Duncan in the finals? Duncan, no. Yeah. I think, yeah. He lost his first finals to Tim Duncan, and he lost another one in Miami to Tim Duncan. He flamed out in the playoffs against the Dallas Mavericks. Uh, I think Steph, he's had his issues. They started saying Steph isn't clutch, late game because a lot of shots he's taking is 30 feet out and all that type of stuff. So, man, this is an interesting debate though. I've seen it presented both ways. I've seen people say Steph is clearly, a top 8, top 6 player of all time. And I've seen others like, nah, he's more one end of the floor. Uh, Now, him being the greatest shooter, he has great magnetism. I understand why some people don't call him a one because he does so much off the ball. Um, but I guess you could classify him as a one. I remember Steph stayed at Davidson that extra year to play the point guard position after Jason Rich left to prepare himself for the NBA. Um, and so, what do I think? I mean, man, if Steph wins this title, mm, if he has more titles than LeBron in a short amount of time, like I said, he came in 2009, 2010 season. Mm, that's gonna be interesting. LeBron has a lot of accolades, though. Has a lot of accolades, so that's gonna be tough for Steph to overcome. But I want to know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.